Hi, this is Kim Reads Urantia. Nice to see you. And I'm going to read from the Urantia book today. And first, we're going to read a little bit from Light the Flame by Andrew Harvey. Today, we're going to read an anonymous prayer called the Sub Tuum Praesidium, which is the oldest known prayer to the Mother Mary. The oldest known prayer. Before the Hail Mary, there was the Sub Tuum Praesidium. Okay, so here we go. Mother of God, we fly to you, our shade and shelter on our pilgrim's way. Look tenderly on our prayers, and turn not from us in our time of need, but free us from the dangers that beset us. Radiant and Holy Virgin. Okay, again, we're not specifically praying to Mary, the mother of Jesus. We're praying to the Divine Feminine, to our mother, the Mother Spirit. And remember, our Mother Spirit never leaves us. It's always with us. And whether the Father lives inside of us, the Mother surrounds us and embraces us and comforts us, protects us. So the Father's love is about making correct decisions, about guidance from within. The Mother's love is about comfort and protection. And and I love that Andrew Harvey is consistently looking to the Divine Feminine, and that's wonderful. And we have to remember her, and because there's so much emphasis on the masculine in Western religion, we're not used to looking to the Divine Feminine for comfort. But yeah, she's always here with us. She's never left us. As long as we enjoy, good food, good music, sleep, just all these things that sustain us every day of our lives. All of these things we need to remember. The gentle breeze that caresses us, she's everywhere you look. She's everywhere. And let's feel so grateful for her presence in our lives. Okay, we're going to turn now to paper 7, part 5, the spirit of bestowal. Okay, the spirit of bestowal. So I'm thinking God gives us, bestows on us. Okay, let's look at that. Okay, the Eternal Son, without reservation, joined the Universal Father in broadcasting that tremendous injunction to all creation. Be you perfect, even as your Father in Havona is perfect. And ever since, that invitation command has motivated all the survival plans and the bestowal projects of the Eternal Son and his vast family of coordinate and associated sons. And in these very bestowals, the sons of God have become to all evolutionary creatures the way, the truth, and the life. Yes. The Eternal Son cannot contact directly with human beings as does the Father through the gift of the pre-personal thought adjusters. But the Eternal Son does draw near to created personalities by a series of downstepping gradations of divine sonship until he is enabled to stand in man's presence and at times as man himself. Okay, so it's the eternal Son that really reaches down to us and knows us. And the Father can't do that exactly, although the Father lives in our minds. The Son walks as one of us and knows us in this way. What it's like to be finite and mortal, to die. He knows what it means to die. In some ways, death is the gift of the Son. I've imagined that. What's come to me is that the gift of the Holy Spirit to us is life. The gift of the Son to us is death. When we've had enough, we've had enough. And that's okay. That's mercy. The gift of the Father to us is the power to create ourselves. So I think that's death is a gift to us. That's my own personal revelation here. I'm interjecting that again, so I have to be accountable to that. But okay. So the Son reaches down to us. The purely personal nature of the eternal Son is incapable of fragmentation. Okay, like the Father fragments himself to give us the thought adjusters. The Son doesn't do that. That's interesting. The eternal Son ministers as a spiritual influence or as a person, never otherwise. The Son finds it impossible to become a part of creature experience in the sense that the Father adjuster participates therein. But the eternal Son compensates this limitation by the technique of bestowal. What the experience of fragmented entities means to the universal Father, the incarnation experiences of the paradise sons mean to the eternal Son. So he sends, and not only just to us, remember Jesus had 7 incarnations as as lower beings so that he could understand his creation. So he walks among us. These sons are among us. They know us in this way. The eternal Son comes not to mortal man as the divine will, the thought adjuster indwelling the human mind, but the eternal Son did come to mortal man on Urantia when the divine personality of his Son, Michael of Nebadon, incarnated in the human nature of Jesus of Nazareth. To share the experience of created personalities, the paradise sons of God must assume the very natures of such creatures and incarnate their divine personalities as the actual creatures themselves. Incarnation, the secret of Sonarrington, which is the exclusive abode of the eternal Son and his associates, right? Incarnation, the secret of Sonarrington, is the technique of the Son's escape from the otherwise all-encompassing fetters of personality absolutism. Okay, and we'll never go there. We'll never go there to those places that hold those secrets. That's okay. Yeah. Long, long ago, the eternal Son bestowed himself upon each of the circuits of the central creation for the enlightenment and advancement of all the inhabitants and pilgrims of Havona, including the ascending pilgrims of time. On none of these 7 bestowals did he function as either an ascender or a Havoner. He existed as himself. His experience was unique. It was not with or as a human or other pilgrim, but in some way associative in the superpersonal sense. Okay, that's interesting. So we're not talking about the creator sons, we're talking about the eternal son bestowed himself upon each of the circuits of the creation. And that was long, long ago. So, he's initiating the pattern for the creator sons to imitate that bestowal. Okay, so he showed himself, he manifested himself on each of these things, and he was himself. Neither did he pass through the rest that intervenes between the inner Havona circuit and the shores of paradise. It is not possible for him, an absolute being, to suspend consciousness of personality, for in him center all lines of spiritual gravity. And during the times of these bestowals, the central paradise lodgment of spiritual luminosity was dimmed, and the sun's grasp of the universal spirit gravity was diminished. Okay, so this wasn't without a price that he did this. Okay. So his absence was noted, was felt when he made these bestowals. The bestowals of the eternal Son in Havona are not within the scope of human imagination. They were transcendental. He added to the experience of all Havona then and subsequently, but we do not know whether he added to the supposed experiential capacity of his existential nature. Okay, we don't know that. Okay, because he knows everything to begin with, so how can he experience anything new? But he made these bestowals, I think, yeah, in a pattern that would be repeated by his sons. That would fall within the bestowal ministry of the paradise sons. Right. We do, however, believe that whatever the eternal Son acquired on these bestowal missions, he has ever since retained. But we do not know what it is. So we don't know really why he did this, sort of, but he gained something from it, but we don't really know what. Well, I think he was setting up this school for his own sons to go through. Yeah. Okay. Whatever our difficulty in comprehending the bestowals of the second person of deity, we do comprehend the Havona bestowal of a son of the eternal Son, who literally passed through the circuits of the central universe and actually shared those experiences which constitute an ascender's preparation for deity attainment. Right. Because then those 7 steps down reflect our, as ascending sons and daughters, we have 7 steps up. So that's the reflection of that. That set that up for God the sevenfold. Right. This was the original Michael, the firstborn creator son. and he passed through the life experiences of the ascending pilgrims from circuit to circuit, personally journeying a stage of each circle with them in the days of Grand Fonda, the first of all mortals to attain Havona. Wow, okay, so this was the first Michael's son, the son of the eternal son. And Grand Fonda was the first mortal to enter Havona, to ascend all the way up there. That's so cool. Okay. The trailblazer, Grand Fonda, our grandfather, right? Grand Fonda. Whatever else this original Michael revealed, he made the transcendent bestowal of the original mother sun to real. He made the transcendent bestowal of the original mother sun real to the creatures of Havona, so real that forevermore each pilgrim of time who labors in the adventure of making the Havona circuits is cheered and strengthened by the certain knowledge that the eternal Son of God 7 times abdicated the power and glory of paradise to participate in the experiences of the time-space pilgrims on the 7 circuits of progressive Havona attainment. So God, the eternal Son, gives up a lot to be able to do this with us. Just like Jesus abdicated all of his divine power to be able to just have this experience of being mortal with us, to know what we go through. He just wanted to know. He wanted all of that pain. He wanted to know it. He didn't spare himself. That's a leader. How can you create beings that are going to suffer so much if you're not willing to suffer with them? And he did. He did. Okay, the eternal Son is the exemplary inspiration for all the sons of God in their ministrations of bestowal throughout the universes of time and space. The coordinate creator sons and the associate magisterial sons, together with other unrevealed orders of sonship, all partake of this wonderful willingness to bestow themselves upon the varied orders of creature life and as the creatures themselves. Therefore, in spirit and because of kinship of nature as well as fact of origin, it becomes true that in the bestowal of each Son of God upon the worlds of space, in and through and by these bestowals, the eternal Son has bestowed himself upon the intelligent will creatures of the universe. Yeah. In spirit and nature, if not in all attributes, each paradise Son is a divinely perfect portraiture of the original Son. It is literally true. Whoever has seen a paradise Son has seen the eternal Son of God. Okay, that's beautiful. But not that they're all the same, because they all come from different universes. But I think the love that the energy and the love that they share with us is the purest of the pure, is always that same countenance of unconditional, unswerving love and faith. That's what unites them as a group. But in physical attributes, in the things that they enjoy, their their outward that's all different. And I think it depends a lot on where they're born and what they're doing, because they're from different, these are all through the super universes. There's a lot of them. Yeah. So I wonder if they have eternal sons and like paradise sons, and because presumably in because there's 7 super universes, I wonder if the first universe is created only by the Father, if they have, and the third one is created only by the Spirit, if they have creator sons bestowed on them. That's a good question, and I do not know. I have to let it go because I do not know. Okay, but I'm gonna go. I've got a busy day, an exciting day going on today, so lots of stuff to do. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.